Thank goodness you're still alive after all that.
What are you laughing about? This is not something anyone should ever be amused by. Do you not realize that I cannot walk now?
Why are you getting so upset right now? You should be happy that after something like that, you're still going to be able to live life in some manner, right? Heck, the dang car got totaled, so I consider myself lucky to come out with no scratches.
What are you talking about, Kurt? Really? Do you not realize whose fault all of this is? Because of your inability to focus on the road, I'm left not being able to use either of my legs. Why aren't you even coming to the hospital to come see me after that? Every single day has been hell for me!
Yeah, I hear you. But having to go every day listening to you blame me is a real pain. And do you really think I want to think about having to push you around in your wheelchair right now? That's why today, I've gone out and got our divorce papers, and we'll be filling them all out.
What?
And tomorrow, I'll be bringing them to you so that you can fill out your half. I want to have them handed in before noon, so make sure you fill it all out correctly.
Oh, wait a second. What are you saying, Kurt? Are you serious right now?
About what?
After having put me in a wheelchair now that I can no longer use my legs due to your reckless driving, you're just going to throw everything we had away and divorce me.
Well, the Skylar I married was never in a wheelchair, and since you're in one now, you're not the same person I chose to love. And honestly, I cannot be asked to care for you at home. And so, divorce is the only option, okay?
I can't believe that you're acting this disgusting towards me right now. Do you not even understand what's happened between us? I'm never going to forgive you for this now, Kurt.
I couldn't care less about you forgiving me or not. We're probably never going to meet again anyway after the divorce, right? We'll just become two complete strangers living in two very different worlds from one another now. And I mean that as in you'll be living in a world where normal people don't have to be.
Where normal people don't have to be.
You can't walk anymore, right? So you'll never be able to live like us normal people anymore. And for me, I can't be asked to live with someone that can't walk.
I'm at a loss with everything you're saying to me. I have no clue why you and I ever got married in the first place. But I never thought to myself that the man I'd been married to was a monster. At least now, after what's happened, I finally had my eyes open to the kind of beast you really are.
I'll be bringing the divorce papers tomorrow morning. I'm sure you won't be able to come and get it for me, right? You can't walk after all, so that sucks.
Why, Kurt? Why are you being so mean to me? I'll make sure to have my little brother come and grab all of my things from the house. But I'm really hoping that in the meantime you begin to realize how awful you've been to me just now.
Yeah. If I happen to feel any regrets, I'll let you know.
Goodbye forever, you piece of crap husband.
Long time no see, Skylar. You doing all right?
What? Who is this?
What's up with that? You're being a pain in the butt again. You know dang well who I am, right? I bet you're pissing yourself with joy because I've come back to talk to you.
I don't think I have any reason to be joyous about getting a text from the worst man on this planet. What do you want from me? Make it short, please.
What's going on? Your attitude right now is a little bit unwarranted. You're not even close to the same Skylar I knew from back in the day.
Seems you may have forgotten what you had done to me 2 years ago. I'm tired of having to explain what happened back then, so just get on with whatever you've come to me for today.
I'm going to be getting married again.
Huh?
Well, I bet you're pretty surprised by that, aren't you? And the woman I'll be with is only 21 years old. She's like 10 years younger than you. Being able to marry a very young woman like her is the best thing that could ever happen to me.
All of this is so gross and annoying that I'm getting the urge to vomit right now. But before I do, what is your reason for telling me this?
Huh? What's that lame reaction for? Well, whatever, I guess. I'm just letting you know that I'm getting married again. I just assumed it was the right thing to do since you're my disabled ex-wife and all.
Well, thank you so much for going out of your way to tell me that. But I'll be going now.
Hey, you're being too cold to me now.
What did you expect to get from me by coming back to me after 2 years to tell me that you're getting married again?
Come to my dang wedding, Skylar.
What?
I'd like to take a long-awaited look at you in your wheelchair. So come to my wedding. I'll make sure that everything's okay for a cripple like you to even make it into the wedding.
Wait, are you being serious with me? You want me to come to your wedding? Why do you want me to be there again?
Well, to be blunt with it, my girlfriend really wants to see you. She doesn't believe me when I said that my ex-wife is in a wheelchair. And when I explained the situation to her, she still couldn't believe me. And so, I just thought I'd have you come to the wedding to prove I'm telling the truth. I even told her that I left you because I hate disabled people. Yet she still just could not believe what I was saying. It's so cute when she gets like that.
Huh? You said that.
It doesn't matter. So just come. I'm sure you have nothing else going on, right? You can't even work a real job without your legs now.
I do not have a job right now, but...
Well, you couldn't get up to do anything, so of course you don't.
I wouldn't say that's the reason for it, but...
It's thanks to me leaving you after that accident that I'll be able to marry such a young woman. I'm so dang happy that I wasn't looking at the road that day.
Hold on a second, Kurt. Are you sure you really want to be saying something like that right now?
Sorry. I was just telling my true feelings. Well, anyway, what I've been trying to say with all of this is I was right to throw your crippled butt away 2 years ago. I'll be marrying a youthful 21-year-old now. So I'd love to see your face when you come.
Well then, I'll come along with my splendid husband.
You have a husband now? Are you trying to compete with me now?
I can see that you'll try whatever you can to look down on me, but I have a life of my own now. Fine, I'll come to your wedding, Kurt. I'm actually looking pretty forward to having my amazing husband come with me to see the wedding of my monster of an ex-husband.
You are so full of yourself. I can't wait to see what creature you bring along with you.
See you later, then.
Hey, Skylar! What the hell is going on?
What is going on with what?
Why are you with Dr. Frank right now?
I told you that I would bring my splendid husband with me today, didn't I? Seems that you thought I was pulling your leg or something there, though. But I made the promise that I'd bring him, and so I did.
But why did you end up hanging out with that high-life living doctor?
Because he's my husband?
Huh? Wait, you're joking with me. You're saying that your husband is actually Dr. Frank?
That's right. Is there something wrong with me being with him?
Why are you with an elite doctor? There's no way he should have gotten married to you.
Don't you think you're just blinding yourself with all of your lies about the person you think I am? I mean, you work in the pharmaceutical industry, Kurt. You should be more understanding that a man like Frank would want to be married to me. He may be a super well-known doctor to a lot of people in the medical world, but that doesn't mean he's as cruel as you are. I know that in the past I said that I'd never forgive you for what you did to me, but because of you leaving me, I was able to start talking to him while being treated in the hospital. And so actually, I do forgive you and thank you for being a jerk and leaving me.
Huh? You met him while in the hospital?
It wasn't at the first hospital I had been admitted to. Rather, at the next hospital I started staying at for my rehabilitation. And while trying to get my life back together, I met him, and we soon found ourselves getting married to each other. I never wanted to think of all this being because of what you did to me, but now I think much differently. I can truly say that I am thankful that you were such a monster, and because of that, I'll say thank you this one time.
Something like that happened to you. I never thought that could happen.
And just to let you know, my current husband is very much upset with my ex-husband.
Huh? Dr. Frank is?
He can't believe that one of the employees of a pharmaceutical company that he partners with would be so disgusting. At first, I hadn't wanted to remember all that happened between you and I on the day of that accident, and after. So for a while, I didn't tell him too much about the details. But today I decided that it would be a good idea to let him know what you had done to me, and now he's fuming with anger at what he's heard. He's even started going on about how he'll make sure that you learn your lesson for what you've done by having you dismissed from that company.
Hold on. There's no way he could do something like that, right? Stop going on about such nonsense, okay? I'm sure that a man as powerful as Dr. Frank can in some way do something about me, but going that far about something that happened in the past is going way too far, right? What would his reasoning even be?
Do I really have to explain to you the reasoning? If you really take a step back and think about what all you've said and done to me, you'd understand why he's as upset as he is with you. Well, just be happy that we didn't bring any of this up to you at your wedding today. We've already left now, so you don't have to worry about seeing either one of us.
Huh? You've already gone home? I wasn't even able to introduce myself properly to Dr. Frank. You seriously went back home already?
Frank told me that he doesn't want you introducing yourself to him. I mean, that makes sense to you, right? Don't tell me you don't even have enough common sense for something as trivial as that. You jerk.
Are you kidding me?
But on the way out of the wedding, we made sure to tell the bride.
Huh? What did you say to her?
About how you're the worst man on this planet. And about how it was really all your fault that the accident happened and the reason behind me being in this wheelchair. And since you and I were married, I couldn't sue you for what had happened. And you just handed in the divorce papers for us and threw me out because you couldn't handle that I became paralyzed from the waist down.
Wait, what? Why would you say something like that to my woman at this wedding? She's going to start thinking that I'm some kind of monster now because of you.
Maybe you shouldn't be such an awful person if you don't want her to think of you as a monster. LOL. But that's not all.
What else have you done? Can you just stop all this crap?
I let her know that you'll soon be out of your job, and she'll be with a man that is unemployed right off the bat. And then I proceeded to suggest that there was still time for her to call off the wedding. LOL.
Why would you say such needless things to her? Is that the whole reason that I haven't been able to find her anywhere yet? She just texted me. This cannot be happening to me. She just told me she cannot see herself marrying an unemployed loser and is canceling the wedding. Now I'm going to become the laughingstock of everyone that's come here to see our wedding. Why would you do all of this to me? I come so far and you're destroying it all now.
I have something that shouldn't be all that surprising for you to hear. Doesn't this all seem like you getting what you deserve for the monster that you've been?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Perhaps this is all due to what you've done to me in the first place. LOL. I know that what I'm saying right now is 100% correct and that you asked for all this after putting me through hell back then. So, do you understand things now?
But you didn't have to be the one to do all of this to me.
Of course I had to be the one to do all of this. And listen, I'm not the one that forced her to leave the wedding. She was just being smart by choosing not to get married to some brainless jerk that would probably do the same to her as you did to me. To any sane person, I did the right thing by telling her about you, LOL.
Why would you still be this upset with me, though? Because of what you've started, my life is going to get all messed up. Stop trying to ruin my life right now. At least hold off of trying to have me fired from my job. I'm in a really good position in the company right now.
I don't really care about what happens with you, Kurt. And besides, I've already told my husband everything, and he's free to do whatever he wants with the information. Frankly, I don't even have a problem with him having you fired from your job. But know this, I'm not the one that'll be firing you. So from here on out, I have nothing else to do with you. I'm sorry that I couldn't stay until the end of your wedding and all. But it doesn't matter now since the wedding will be canceled, right? LOL. Sucks to be you. LOL.
You stop all of this now! I can't believe you ruined my whole wedding to such a young woman!
I'm pretty sure it was you that ruined a lot of my life 2 years ago. But after causing me to lose my ability to walk after your own inability to drive, you never once came to me to say sorry for what you'd done to me. So why are you getting all worked up now over your little wedding getting ruined?
I get it! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! Is that what you wanted from me? Now stop trying to ruin my life any more than you already have! You should know that back then, I didn't mean any harm to you by leaving you, right? You and I had a lovely relationship back then, right? So don't make me lose my job just over some silly little accident!
When I told you that I'm not working at the moment, you immediately started telling me it's due to being a paraplegic, right? Right now, my husband is making a lot of money for us, so I'm a housewife for him. And actually, I'm able to work as a freelancer at home making money doing the things I love. So I think it's fair to say that destroying someone that looks down on people for being disabled is the right thing to do, right?
Please don't say things like that! I never meant to make you feel bad!
Goodbye, you piece of crap axe. And thank you so much for inviting my husband to that precious wedding of yours. LOL. After that, my ex-husband Kurt really did end up getting chewed out by his boss on the phone, and lost his job on the spot after I finished texting him. He had tried his hardest to get his boss to listen to him, but was replied to with his boss letting him know that in a pharmaceutical company, there is no need for someone that is hateful towards those with medical disabilities. And once he had gotten off the phone with his boss, the news that the wedding had been canceled was out, along with the reason why. And a whole lot of guests there stormed out while laughing at Kurt like he was the joke that he was. He then ran after the bride and tried to ask her to stay with him, saying that he still loved her and knew that deep down she still loved him. But her parents came to interrupt things and let him know just how much shame he had brought to all of their family by letting their daughter marry a monster. Him. They then proceeded to tell him that they would be cutting ties with him, and he was left with nothing but himself and the costs of a canceled wedding. Kurt really would have been better off had he never contacted me again after the divorce. But because he went out of his way to try and get a few more blows into me by making fun of my disability and all that, he lost both his job and the young wife he was so proud of. At least for me, having him text me back after all that time gave me the chance to finally get my revenge and make sure that he couldn't hurt anyone else after what he'd done to me.